What's up? So it is time to finally find out if all the work I put in with our meat chickens paid off. Not only the making sure I moved them twice a day. Oh, caught it. Making sure I moved them twice a day. Make sure they had adequate food. And the fact that I went in there and spent time with them every time I went in there to feed and water them. So we'll see if they're easy to catch and if they're more calm. Before we get started, the Conway to Heaven needs a little addition to it. You gonna butcher that chicken whenever it gets older?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're just gonna give it as much love as you can? Alright. So right now they're going to be really easy to catch because I did not feed them. You don't feed them the night before, or you take away their food the night before. That way they'll be good and cleaned out. But also that makes them want to come to you more because they see you bringing the food. Now I'm going to get the very first one, easily like I talked about. But the true test is when we get to the very last one, or like the last couple, and they really kind of understand like what's going on, and then see if me going in there is a little more easier, or like if they're a little more docile. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of word I'm looking for there, but like if they're just easier to catch, or like just calmer, I guess. Yeah, if they're just calmer towards the end whenever I go in there. I do have two that had like a messed up leg for the last like week or so, and they haven't moved as much, so I'll probably do them first so they will be easier to catch, and then I'll go in there and get one that's like better, normal, and then we'll test out our hypothesis on that one, the first one, and then some of the last ones. Don't get confused. Alright, so this is the one I had to cut his leg off. They had a broken leg. So what I want to do, I'm going to actually take it up to the shop, and we're going to weigh it real quick before I put it on ice water. Just to see what the smallest bird, this is the smallest one, smallest bird weighed. After all the stuff I did. Alright, smallest bird. Missing half a leg. Still a little under 3 pounds. A little under 3 pounds. Small, of course. It's gonna be average weight between all of them. Like I said, it's the smallest one. It had like a bad leg. The first two I have now both had bad legs, at least one bad leg. They lived, so I didn't do anything about it. I just knew they were gonna be small. So they just didn't get to the food like the other ones did, and I want to say that's probably going to be the smallest one we have. Just keep on trucking, and we'll see how it's turned out. So far, when I first went in there, I don't know. Maybe it's because I walked past them and had to get them, that it kind of freaked them out. So far the docile, slow, calm part didn't work out. Now we try it for real.
I'll come in.
Number two went a little bit easier. Now when it comes to putting them in the cone, I just feel like there's no other, I mean, you're gonna have to flip them upside down. They're still freaking out. So that part may not be the best, but grabbing them, they're a lot calmer when they're right up here next to the door. So far, check. And like I said, we'll see in the later ones how it really goes when they're like, oh, what's going on? There's no more of us, and then I have to get them, right? All right, so hold on, music playing. So we're 8 birds in, okay? And I'm already noticing that it really, I mean, I'm not like running around chasing them, but they're not like, hey, give me a hug. So they're a little bit more docile, they're a little bit more calm. So I have seen a difference, but honestly, like I said, whenever you put them upside down and you go in the cone, they still freak out. And then I also noticed that whenever I cut them, when I just try to cut them and then let them bleed out slowly and stuff, I have to cut multiple times. And I don't know if it's just I don't know what I'm doing with that part, or I don't know. So I just take the whole head off and I hold them while they flop around. So those are two things so far I'm noticing. See? I'll make sure none of them give up. Try to get that one. Go slow. You're gonna have to hold it tight.
Which one do you think I should get?
Any of them. They're all gonna have to go. Don't be afraid of them.
They're afraid of me.
They are. You can't do it? Alright, come on. We're finally down to our last 6, and it's really, the truth is, it's like they haven't gotten any calmer. Still the same. Go in there, even before, it's like they know what's going on later. So you get to your last ones and they're always like harder to catch. So it's really just the same. All the stuff I did. Now I'm not gonna change it. They honestly raised out pretty well with how I was feeding them, putting the water in there, and it keeps me active and doing stuff with them. You know, because I got a tendency of being a little lazy. So we're gonna go in here and really show you how just catching one of these last 6 is pretty much the same as catching the first one.
Now the guts will stay in there.
Yep. Alright, well, we just finished the birds, okay? But 30 birds. Took me about 4 hours by myself. I went slow. I didn't try to do it fast, honestly. I was just enjoying the process and also filming. So Wade was helping me. Zoe came out and helped for a little bit. Now I'm gonna package them a different way. I'm not gonna put them in the shrink bags like we usually do, because honestly we don't eat that many whole birds. It takes longer to thaw out, plus I'd have to cook the whole bird a certain way. So I'm actually gonna like piece them out and do breasts, thighs, and then the wings, stuff like that. And so I'll get the average weights and I'll show y'all. We'll go into that in just a minute. So stick around. It'll be a couple minutes for me, and it'll be just like for you. Yes, I changed my shirt because I was hot and a lot of blood all over me. We actually went fishing too. Wade was like, "Hey, let's take a break and go fishing." So we did. Now we're up here at the shed, and we're gonna start weighing the birds, breaking them down, breast, legs, wings, things like that. So there's nothing really else I have to say. So enjoy this time lapse. First off, I love butchering, okay? I love the process of butchering. That's why I butcher my own deer. That's why I like doing this stuff. I like to work with my hands. It's very calming, allows me to think. One of the most important things you can do is have a knife that you can feel. You want to be able to feel. So, like I said, I'm cutting them up. So here's a little juice. I've only done 6 birds. And my dad came in here and we were talking. And I was like, doing the math. I've already got the weight of the 6 birds. Right now, we got 3 birds that weigh 4.5 pounds, 3 birds that weigh 4 1/4. It's not too bad. Not at all. Okay? Especially when you're getting breasts that look like that. Real good, thick breasts. So far, has it been worth it? Yeah, absolutely. If I'm doing the math correctly, which I feel like I am. This is completely worth it for me to do this. Raise them up, the price of the feed and everything. I'm coming out on top. So, if you raise your own birds, let me know. And like, or if it's something that you're interested in doing, let me know, because or if you're like on the fence, do it, honestly, because this is, yeah, it's taking up my whole day. What else would I be doing today? It's hot, nothing really. So I'm inside, butchering the birds. I was outside, had a fan on me. I was doing something I enjoyed doing. It's not really that bad. So, and I did go fishing today. I mean, we took a break, we went fishing. You know? So, like, really, man, I'm so happy so far with just processing these 6 birds I've done. And I've got 22 left. Yeah, 22 left. I'm not upset about it. Not one bit. Let's keep going. Okay, I know how I said let's keep going, like I was just about to do the time lapse again, but I was like, man, I kind of ran out of room. Let's go ahead and package up our birds. I want to package up these carcasses. Okay, I'm gonna save them because I'm not gonna waste them. We can make broth, right? So I get to use my most favorite tool of ever, and that's my Avid Armor chamber vacuum sealer. I know you've heard me say it before. This thing is magnificent. There is a code. Yes, I'm not. This isn't like a paid sponsorship, but I really do love these, and they are magnificent. So there is a code. Check them out. Get you some stuff. They've got some cool things out. So, yeah, let's go ahead and package up one of these carcasses. Let's see what happens. I'm sorry, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Look at it, just kind of flatten it down. Oh, that's gonna make for good storage. I think that might. Now, let's keep going. We finished. Here are the weights. The majority of them were 4.5 pounds. I could do the math and be like, oh, let's, get the average. However you do that, right? What you do, add them all together and then divide them by how many there are, right? 90% of them were 4.5 pounds. We had one 5-pound one. I was impressed. But I enlisted the help of my dad to help me package them as I was cutting them up, because it just would have been a long evening. But to tell you the truth, I would trade a day of work for this every single day of the week. I loved it. I'm going to feed my family this delicious food, delicious meat, and I'm excited about it. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, and we'll catch you next one.